Hey YouTube, it's Alicia. I'm back with another review of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Season 7. This is Episode 4. So this week we start out with Lisa Rinna. She is in Pennsylvania for the QVC stint she mentioned last week. She said she's been with QVC for 5 years and now she's at the point where she can just dial it in. Then we see Erica Jane. She's on the phone with Tom. She's getting ready to go over to Young and the Restless, and she's very nervous. And Tom is very supportive, very encouraging to her, and that was nice to see. So next we see Kyle. She's on her way to Villa Blanca to meet Lisa Vanderpump for drinks. When they get there, they start rehashing the party from last week where Erica wore this really short dress and you could see under it and she wasn't wearing underwear. So next we're back at Erica. She's just arrived at CBS Studios where she meets Eileen, and Eileen shows her around and introduces her to the executive producer, Mal. He's very nice and very gracious to meet her, and he asks her what kind of character does she want to play. So she's pretty surprised because she thought she was going to just do a few lines, but she's actually kind of getting to tailor-make what she's going to do. So then we see Dorit. She's at the doctor with her husband and their little baby, Phoenix. And the baby has been wearing this little skull cap because her skull was misshapen. And she's been wearing this for 4 months, and they get really good news that her skull has been reshapen and it looks back to normal. So now she can take it off. And so Dorit is over the moon. So we meet back up with Lisa Rinna, and she's explaining that at QVC they have these things called Today's Special, where it's 24 hours of straight selling. So we see Lisa Rinna, she is doing it. She's shilling it, she's selling it, she's doing everything with all of her outfits, and she is doing a great job. She's very excited that her sales are through the roof. So she says she gets very little sleep on those days, but they're very successful. Eileen calls into QVC, and she's really sweet. She's super gracious. She kind of helps sell some product for Lisa, and she buys a product in every color. So that was really nice of her. We do get a momentary update where she calls her husband, Harry Hamlin, and he says that he's been tracking the girls to make sure they're okay in New York City. And so he says he's checked in. They're at the hotel. They seem to not be getting into any trouble. So that was really good. While Lisa Vanderpump is having drinks with Kyle, she tells Kyle she's been working very hard to take down Yulin. And she actually has a resolution entered into West Hollywood where they're going to make some kind of motion, a legal motion, to strike down animal cruelty. And Lisa and Ken have started a foundation called Vanderpump Foundation, I believe, where they're going to be partnering with rescue dog shelters to help save more and more dogs. So now we get into the meat of the episode. Dorit meets up with Eileen and Lisa Rinna for drinks. And Dorit is filling in both ladies on what happened at the white party because they weren't there. And she explains how Erica was wearing this really short dress and no underwear. So in Dorit's recap, she talks about how her husband can see under Eileen's skirt. And it's clear she's a little annoyed by this. And so she says she's going to go confront her a little bit about it. And so you could see on Eileen's face that she's actually thinking, is that such a good idea? But neither she nor Lisa Rinna talk her out of it. They are quiet. They are like sending a lamb to the slaughter. If you guys remember last season when Erica got into it with Catherine at the Habitat for Humanity thing, Catherine didn't have a prayer. So both of those ladies have had a front row seat to the carnage that can be Erica Girardi, and they just let the lady go. In fact, Eileen said she definitely wants to be there when Dorit has this conversation with Erica. And it turns out they're all going to be getting together very soon because Erica has organized an escape room adventure, which we just saw on The Real Housewives of Atlanta, if you guys watched that. So then Dorit and Kyle go shopping. And Dorit is also telling Kyle about what happened. And even though she was there, they're rehashing it. And so Dorit is upset. And she's telling Kyle she's going to buy Erica some flesh-colored underwear. She also says she's going to have a laugh about it with Erica as a joke, give her this underwear. So she has this impression that Erica did it on purpose. So Kyle tries to set her straight and say, no, it was an accident. Erica's not like that. I'm sure it was just a mistake. Tries to at least try to get the lady on the right page. But Dorit is convinced, and she's going to have her day with Erica. And all Kyle can say is, I want to be there for sure when you give her this underwear. And not one of these ladies are actually saying, don't do it. We know Erica. You don't know Erica. Don't do it. It's not what you want. No one's stopping her. So I think they all know it's going to be good drama, and they're looking for a good time at Dorit's expense. So escape room day arrives. Everyone's in a good mood. Dorit is there. Erica's there. Lisa Rinna's there. And Eileen's there so far. So Dorit goes up to Erica, and she's all smiles and laughs. And she says, I have a gift for you. And Erica thinks it's all in good fun. So she takes the gift and Dorit explains, what it is. And so Erica opens up the gift. She sees the underwear, says it's beautiful. So Dorit goes into her little spiel about, she flashed her husband and so as soon as she said she flashed her husband, Erica's eyes were like, she just froze and she was probably there stunned into silence, probably a good 5 minutes. She didn't even react at first. She was horrified at the idea that Dorit's husband saw up her skirt. Well, Dorit obviously is not cluing in on the fact that Erica has now gone into shock. So she's going on and on and on about it and how it's so funny and her husband saw it and blah, blah, blah. So in Erica's confessional, she's saying, well, why didn't anybody tell her? Why didn't she tell her? Why didn't her husband tell her? Why just let her sit there and embarrass herself? So then Kyle comes walking up just as Erica has the panties. And Erica pretty much is telling Kyle that she got panties. And she's really downplaying it. She's kind of recovering. She's deciding not to give it life. And she's trying to make it like super calm. But as Dorit keeps on talking, Erica starts to clue in that everybody is aware of what's going on. That Dorit has been talking about this to everyone. And so Erica starts to get upset. So all Erica will tell Dorit is that the more you talk about stuff, the worse it gets. And she's warning her. So Dorit does recognize it as a threat, and Erica tells her, listen, I wore the dress with no panties because I didn't want any lines. She tries to clarify what's going on because she's clued in that Dorit thinks she did it on purpose. So Dorit doubles down and says, well, look, if you're going to wear a short skirt and no underwear and you're not going to cross your legs, what do you think's going to happen? So now we have an official dart thrown at Erica, and whatever happens next is pretty much Dorit's fault because everyone has told her Erica didn't do this on purpose, but she's decided to go with that narrative that she did, and unfortunately, she has rankled the feathers of Erica. So at the end of the day, that was it. Erica did not give a big reaction like we all thought she would. She pretty much, the only dig she did say to Dorit was that she would have preferred if her husband would have said something to her versus staring at her. So that made Dorit feel a certain kind of way. Like, well, he doesn't know you. He's not going to say anything. But honestly, all the other ladies got the point, but Dorit wants to sit there and act innocent. So that was pretty much the end of the show. They went on to the escape room. They had a good time. All the ladies escaped. It looked a lot of fun. It actually looked more complicated than the one they showed on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. And so it looked like a good time. But they all had fun. They went to eat afterwards. And that was pretty much it, y'all. What did y'all think of this week's show? Whose side are you on in Pantygate? Did you think that Erica did it on purpose? Do you think Dorit overreacted? Who do you think's right here? Let me know in the comments below what you thought. And thanks again for watching. Please be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe. And come back to my channel. I'll be here every week doing these reviews. So I'll see you next time.